Well, it is 2016 and World of Warcraft is still relevant, even more than ever, with the return of Illidan and the Burning Legion in World of Warcraft Legion.
Yes, everyone's very excited about going back to this storyline. I personally love it because it follows on a lot from the Warcraft 3 and also the earlier expansions, so I was very excited coming into this. It's been out for about a month now. We've both been playing it a lot and we sort of wanted to cover it, and really everyone that's into WoW is already playing it. They're already doing their mythic raids and everything, but we wanted to kind of cover, is it worth coming back to?
Yes, it's a big and scary world out there in the World of Warcraft with so many expansions, so much content out there. But if you're looking to get into it from the start, it's an interesting time because the game itself, Legion, the base core of the package has a lot in it to enjoy. There's a whole bunch of zones. They all have separate stories, separate characters. There's a bunch of all different little stories and adventures to get through.
I do like how they've set it up this time around. Once you complete the zone, the dungeon is at the end of the zone. It's all self-contained, and there's a lot of like little quests that are quite memorable. And I've found that I was enjoying the leveling experience a lot more than previous expansions. However, when we get to the later end, there's been lots of changes. So the big introduction for this one was mythic dungeons, because you usually do your heroics, you queue for them, or you have your guilds for mythic dungeons and raids as well. But there's certain levels of mythic dungeons, and you've done quite a few.
That's right, I've done the dungeons, I've done the heroic dungeons, I've done the mythic dungeons,
Yep.
and then I've done the mythic plus dungeons.
Yes.
There's a lot of content cycling going on here. Now there's a lot of new content in Legion. There's a lot of stuff like the class hall missions, which is interesting because there's actually a lot of unique quests and
Yes.
stories. So there's actually so much content in this game. It was just, I got very disappointed when I played through it all. It kind of got to a wall where I was unable to progress anymore in the main story of Legion.
Yes, so basically what they've done is once you hit a certain point in the story, it stalls because we haven't seen Illidan yet. He's on the front cover, as you said.
That's right.
So we haven't had a complete story experience. It kind of just stops waiting for new patch content to arrive. So they've set up a quest that will take weeks to finish, just because they haven't finished off the content yet.
Yeah, it's been stopping and starting a little bit. That was one of my big grievances in the last expansion, Draenor, is that there were so many dailies. You were so required to follow these time gates that Blizzard set to you. And I found that wasn't such a thing in Legion up until now.
Yes.
Up until right now, they've introduced a quest that literally takes a minimum of 8 weeks to complete. They just put an artificial time limit on it, purely to kind of just lock you in there, either because one, they want you to stay around for 2 months of subscriptions, or two, they just don't actually have the content yet.
Yeah.
And the full story of Legion is not present in the game as of today.
Yeah, so we have enjoyed our time with it so far. At the moment, we're a bit angry with it, but maybe in future when the patches come out and it's more of a complete package, we'll enjoy it a bit more. But until then, the source code for the legacy servers went open source, so we'll see if those servers come back.